So it's Friday, about 11:30. We're at Harrogate and at Harlow Car, which is in that direction up there. Incredible amount of people, every car parking space taken up and all that, loads of people. It'll be half term, but it's interesting that in February it'll be that many people. So Eve's gone with Mary and Alice to go around it, and we're going to have a little bit go around Valley Gardens Park and all that, aren't we? So we're just parked up here because there's a lot of cars parked all the way up on either side of Valley Gardens as well. So we'll just come up here where there's free parking. There's a big care home place there. But we're going to just nip in on the right, one of these streets, which takes us into the gardens. So this is in Harrogate. It's not Harlow Car, it's like they're just the public park basically in Harrogate. And that's where we're going to head to. It's lovely and sunny, good visibility. So we're just walking now from that road where we parked, just in one of these little cuts to come into the Valley Gardens parkland. You know, fantastic amount of birds, and this is the area where there's a lot of the spring waters which are collected and bottled and sold, and have been for a long time, because it's a spa town, Harrogate. Look at all the purple crocuses there, look. And you can continue walking up there through the woods, and it takes you to Harlow Car actually, just walking up there. Not that far, but I suspect it might be a bit muddy, so we're not going to do that. I can't remember whether it's paved or just mud. Could be muddy. So we're kind of the top end now. That's the bowling club. You've got the tennis courts and things in there. You can see the saturation excess overland flow running down. It's just the groundwater or the soil water just coming out, the through flow coming out, returning to the surface again, flowing through the grass there. So that's overland flow, even though it hasn't rained since, it might have been a bit last night, but it hasn't rained and it's still flowing. And it's coming together here, running down the side of the path. This is about the Royal Bath Hospital, 1826, from the spring water, built on the land of the Earl of Harewood. And they didn't have infectious cases, but they had other cases coming in and trying to sort of, use the spring water and everything in the spa, to help people recuperate. So during the First World War, it was then became a place for military patients. In the Second World War, it was an air raid casualty base, but then became civilian admissions. Closed in 1994. Yeah. So that's the buildings there. All these big buildings here with a big tower. So this is the Royal Bath Hospital in here. So that's what that plaque was about. So you can see the big tower going up there and the fantastic buildings. So 1840s. Look at the quality of those buildings there, man. And then here we've got the spring waters. So this is Magnesia Well, identified in 1652 by Dr. Short. A mild sulphur water. And then there's the pump room. I think that's the pump room there. And there's another one here. What this one says. This one says it's pure chalybeate well, number 53. Remarkably pure water, very low salinity, similar to High Harrogate St John's and Towers wells, all of which once used to treat delicate and anemic patients. It was piped to the royal baths for aeration. So in just a short, there's two wellheads there, and they're both different waters, according to that. Different sort of chemistries, just a short distance apart. So have a look at some spring flowers here coming out. There's an early flowering rhododendron there, see that? Justina, it's flowering already. And there's some little spring flowers coming out here on these bushes. So this is the old pump house, I think. It says Magnesia well. This pump room for the Magnesia Spring was erected by the Harrogate Improvement Works Commissioners in 1858. There we go. And then we've got some nice colours of the heathers and things here. And some snowdrops. So what we'll do a big loop. We'll go down this side, down the bottom, and come back up and come back the other side, and we'll have a look at the play area and stuff when we get back to the top. Yeah? Alright. So we'll have a look up here. See, it's been like a sculpture thing installed there. See that round thing? We'll have a look at that in a minute. But we'll just start up here. And there's another, I think these are the public toilets there, look. Those ones there. It's an old building as well, isn't it? Have a little look up here. I think there's a New Zealand garden up here, I think. So we'll have a look at the plants that come from New Zealand. You can see a bird, a kiwi sculpture there. So all these in this garden here, in this corner, in this area, are meant to be from New Zealand. You can see the Royal Bath Hospital behind there. So we'll have a little look down here. Yeah, so these are supposed to all originate in New Zealand, these plants. I mean, several of them are quite familiar garden plants, really. You go have a look in there and come out that side there, look. There's all different sort of habitat areas and all that they've put. Yeah. They've gone in there. Oh, anything interesting? Not really, alright. Okay. We'll go down to where we've got the big glass houses and all that, and the big sort of promenade. See what's happening down here. This crocus is peeping through there, look. Loads of snowdrops. Look at that, they've put a little net around that to stop the rabbits and what have you eating it. The rockery area. Look at these flowers here, look. Huh? Look at them. Shadows in the way. So where was that little round sculpture thing that we saw before? Further up there, maybe. We'll have a bit of a look in here. So I've blocked that bit off. They're just doing some repair work there. Just sort of trellising and all that here. They'll normally have a lot of these growing plants that just spread across in the summer and flower across them. Look, they've got the dinner laid out here. Look for something. See that? Must be going to be a wedding reception or something like that. There's a woman with unbelievable tattoos. They're getting it all ready. For little party bags. They've got a seating plan and all that for a do. Perfect venue. So it's, I wonder what it's going to be. I've got like the seating plan there listed with the names on. All right. That'll do there. Yeah. So we sort of drove down that side of the Valley Gardens, came to the bottom and then drove up this side and then parked right at the top end on that side, which is a big V shape. To eventually find a space. But yeah, there's some amazing, on these columns, you can see the growth of these different climbing plants. But some of them are massive, so if you look here, absolutely huge. How that's sort of grown there, and then all the roots and the stems and the climbing branches have just then grown around the frame here, the trellis. And then in the summer, it's totally covered and grown over, and all flowers and things dangle off it.
But they turn the lights on.
I think they turn the lights on, yeah. There's lights, you can see the lights go down. So at night time, turn the lights on. Yeah, going up towards the venue there. Yeah. But look at it, I mean, look at that. They've had to, just for safety reasons, use a bit of rope to sort of just keep it tied up. Just a bit worried about the weight of it falling on somebody, but it's incredible that that is growing all across here and then climbing up, and there's other stuff climbing up there. Look at it, how that's like gone round in a big loop-the-loop, look, that root, like that. Whoa. Growing up there, you can see some little berries on there. And it's just a big massive mat up there, look at everything. A huge thick mat. There's another one growing up. It's amazing, isn't it? So this is just the public park in Harrogate, Valley Gardens, very popular. And we said we'd meet them at 1 o'clock. So what we'll do is we'll just spend like 45 minutes or so walking around, and then we'll head back to the car. We'll get our lunch, so that Stephanie and Justina can have their lunch, and then they can go and have a look at Harlow Car, because Mummy's pass allows her and 2 children to go in. That's what we'll do. This continues quite a long way down, doesn't it?